fired up. Let me charge up the atomic batteries. Beardhead here. And yesterday was Tuesday, so I got over to the thrift store and I picked some things up. Now, I like to do the video, as you know, the day that I get the stuff, because I don't know, I'm so enthusiastic about it. The day that I get as soon as I come out of the thrift store, no matter what I find, it could be something very stupid, like the cleaning kit. To me, that was like the greatest thing. Or it could be something big like the game system. I have an equal amount of enthusiasm. I really get excited when I find something, and when I get it for a good price, I mean, you know, it's all that much more better. So, I had a lot of stuff to do yesterday, and I'm not making excuses because I just don't want to rush a video. I want to be able to take my time and do it how I feel is the right way. So, today was definitely the day to do this video. So, let me show you what we got. Okay, so as you know, 2 episodes ago, I picked up a Sony PlayStation, the first PlayStation, and I got it for something like a little less than $5, about $5, and less the controller and less the AV cords. So I went to the Salvation Army over here in West Babylon, and what do we run into? We got a PlayStation 1 controller we paid $2 for this. That's pretty good. That's a cheap price for a PlayStation controller, believe it or not. And it has the analog controls. You know, I checked all the buttons in the store. They all feel good. They all feel like they work. You never know. I mean, you know, when you buy electronics from the thrift store, you always take a risk. You can't take it back. So everything feels good. It's a little dingy, so we got to clean it up. No big deal, easy enough. But these controllers are pretty rugged. So generally they're pretty tough controllers. So there we go. We got a controller. We're one step closer to getting our PlayStation going. Okay. So what else do we got? We got the AV cords for the PlayStation. This was awesome. There was actually, believe it or not, there was 2 of these hanging up on the hooks there. And PlayStation AV cords are very, very easy to identify. It says PlayStation, Sony PlayStation right on the plug. So there we go. $1.50. $1.50. So what are we in it for? $2, $1.50, $5 for the PlayStation, $8 we got a running PlayStation. $8 we got a running PlayStation. We'll find out. But you know what? If that PlayStation isn't running, we're going to do a video. We're going to take this sucker apart. And we're going to find out what's wrong with it. We'll get it going. And then we'll all learn something, right? That's how this show works. That's how we're going to work it here. And then finally, I walked to the back of the place where they had the electronics. And I saw this kid. And he has a George Foreman grill in one hand. The miniature George Foreman grill. And tucked underneath his other arm, he's got a Dreamcast. And I'm like, oh man. A few minutes earlier I could have had that Dreamcast. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I didn't want to go up and ask him, you know, how much he paid for it, or how much he's about to pay for it, or whatnot. And this is a genuine example of the sharks that go cruising at the thrift store. I mean, listen, I'm a shark too, but the sharks come cruising. And you'll see guys fishing around the video game section. I mean, there's a lot of sharks out there like me. And so I said, oh God, this guy got a Dreamcast. I'm like, this is one of my favorite systems. So I was looking at some other stuff. I was kind of walking away and looking at some other stuff, and out of the corner of my eye, I see him take the Dreamcast and put it on the shelf. And I was like, whoa, what's he doing? And he takes the George Foreman grill and he puts it on the shelf. And then it dawns on me, this guy works here. He's putting stuff out. So I ran the 40 in like 3 seconds. I darted over there and like dove to grab it. I mean, by the time he put it down, I was on top of it. And that's the way you got to work in the thrift stores. You got to be quick. Be quick or be dead. So so here she is. We have a Dreamcast. Now, you say to yourself, okay, it's a Dreamcast, so how much did you pay for it? Well, here's the thing. It doesn't come with controllers, and it didn't come with AV cords. Same problem we had with the PlayStation. And that's not what I'm concerned about, because I mean, Dreamcast controllers, they don't come around as often as PlayStation controllers do, and the AV cords certainly don't come around as often as PlayStation controllers. But with time, and you know what? When you listen, guys, when you do this whole thrift store thing, you got to be really patient. There's 3 important things that you need to have when you go to the thrift stores. You got to have patience. You got to be cheap, and you got to be willing to walk away from things. If you can do all those things, you're gonna get great deals. So this Dreamcast we got for $4.99. $4.99. How can you walk away from that? Especially a Dreamcast, such a great system. I used to have this system, and I mean, this system has dynamite games, dynamite fighting games. I remember I had King of Fighters, Capcom versus S&K, Marvel versus Capcom. I mean, this is such a great system. And to be honest with you, you know, it has some cosmetic issues, a couple scratches on it. It has a couple of marks. I can clean this sucker up. I'll get this baby really clean. And as far as it working is concerned, Sega makes bulletproof systems. I mean, Sega always does such a good job making it. I don't think I ever had something made by Sega break on me. So, I mean, and the Dreamcast especially, it's heavy. The buttons feel nice. It just feels solid. So that's not really a concern. I have a feeling this baby's going to work. Yeah, so that's our Dreamcast, and it makes me wonder where my old Dreamcast is. Probably in a landfill somewhere. So, that's the deal, guys. Now, you know I have the shelf back here, and you can see all the games and whatnot. But as far as the systems are concerned, you know, I got the PlayStations in a bag over here, the Ataris in a bag over here, you know, and the Zavix is in a bag over there with the Atari. So right now, I just want to get the review the review station built, and that way I can have all the systems laid out over there, because above everything else, I want this show to be comprehensive. I want you to see what we have. For example, you can see the games here. You know what games we have. I'll do a run past the games, maybe in an intro or something like that. And then when we do the reviews, you'll be able to see all the systems. That way, you know, if you missed a show or you missed an episode or whatnot, and you see there's a Dreamcast on it, and you say, wait a second, I didn't remember when you got the Dreamcast. You can look back in the shows and find where I got the Dreamcast, and maybe find something interesting about, you know, how much I paid for it, or whatever you want to know. So, so that's the plan, and I got some stuff up for sale on eBay right now. So at this point, we're about $200 away from getting the television, which is like, this is like the next big step for this show. And then we can review, and reviewing is going to be real exciting. I got some great ideas on on how to review some of these games. And so when the TV comes in, that'll be when we get our start. Because we got game systems now, baby. We got a PlayStation 1 that's ready to roll. I mean, the games in the thrift store, I mean, you can't walk 5 feet without seeing a PlayStation game. So I'm going to start picking up some PlayStation games. This Dreamcast will be up and running within the month, I guarantee that. Our Atari's ready to go, and yeah, so we're ready to go. Just need a TV. So that's it for today, guys. I figured I'd show you what I picked up so far, and see you next time.